Perry Jeffries here with Financially Fit. Hope all is well. I know many of you have been patiently waiting for us to share a post addressing the recent presidential elections and how it may impact your fitness and your finance, how it may impact your health and your wealth. So like many of you, I was completely shocked by the results. And because of that, and because I saw how high emotions were running, I decided to wait about a week or so before I posted anything. See, as a financial advisor, a coach, a father, a future husband, a leader, I have to remain calm in times when emotions run high. So I want to just take some time before I actually addressed some of the issues that the country is currently facing, and more importantly, some concerns that you may have with respect to your health and your wealth. So first thing I want to do is kind of address some really harsh facts here. So regardless of who you voted for this presidential election, we have a new president-elect. Now, many of us may not share the same values that this gentleman may have, but at the end of the day, he is not the first person to sit in that position who shared those exact same viewpoints. So if you understand that and you take the emotion out of it and think about it, if this is not the first time we've had a situation like this occur, maybe just not as much in our face as it has been over this past election, but understanding that he's not the first person to share those exact same values and viewpoints to sit in that particular role. If that were the case, if he was the first person to ever feel this way, he wouldn't have been elected. So understanding it's not the first time this has happened. Secondly, I can almost guarantee you that many of us may work for companies or corporations or organizations where the president, the CEO, the managers may actually share the same viewpoints as our president-elect. So the reason I'm sharing this is, let me ask you this question. Does that stop you from cashing the check because of their viewpoints, how they may differ from yours? Okay? So what I'm trying to instill and share with you is this, is that we have to remain focused. Do not get distracted. What I want you to think about after this post is simply this. I'm gonna give you a couple points I want you to think about here. So first and foremost, remain focused on your personal economy, on your household economy. So many people are sharing information about the national deficit. They spend more time worried about the national deficit than they do about their household deficit, about your personal deficit. Regardless of who's in office, regardless of who was elected this past week, it does not change what you can personally do to improve your own finances. It doesn't. As a good friend of mine, Rob Wilson, shared with his organization here recently, your 401k does not have a political affiliation. It doesn't care who's in office. Are you contributing to it? Regardless of who was elected in office, it did not stop me for applying for a $1 million insurance policy to provide for my wife and my children should something happen to me, and to leave a legacy to my daughters. Regardless of who was elected, that didn't change me going through the application process to get that done for my family. So that's what I want you to think about, is regardless of who was elected, what are you doing to impact your personal economy? Do you have a budget? Do you have a financial plan? Do you have a relationship with a financial advisor who can guide you and make sure that your family is moving towards financial independence? That's the question. Secondly here, remaining focused on your own personal health care. So I know health care was a huge talking point, a huge topic in this last presidential election. Well, let me ask you this. What are you doing to personally impact your own personal health care? Not the care that's provided by your insurance carrier, but what are you doing for your own personal health care? So regardless of who was elected, did that change you going to the gym? Did that change you exercising daily? Whether Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump is president, does that change what kind of food you put in your body? Does it affect the amount of water that you drink? What is it that you can be doing to improve your health so you don't have to go visit the doctor as much and you can save money on healthcare costs? Are you suffering from obesity or being overweight? Are you suffering from diabetes? What can you be doing to prevent those issues? What can you be doing to prevent potentially getting cancer? Now, granted, there are going to be some things that you have no control over, a car accident or coming down with the disease. But are you honestly doing everything you can today to improve your own personal health care and the health of you, not only you, but also your family? Okay? And also, too, another huge talking point this past election was religion and where you may stand on some religious pieces. At the end of the day, your religious belief is your belief, regardless of whether you're Christian, Catholic, Muslim, Buddhist, regardless of the fact. Are you being kind to people? Are you lending a helping hand when you see a person in need? Are you building relationships? More importantly, are you working on your personal growth? Are you becoming a better person so you can impact not only what happens inside your household, but what also happens within the community? Those are the questions we need to be asking ourselves. So granted, those were huge talking points and areas of debate with respects to the presidential election, but regardless of who was elected in office, didn't change anything what you can be doing to impact your own personal economy, your own personal household deficit, your personal health care, your personal relationships, who you are as a person, regardless of who was elected. It never didn't change my faith in God or how I treat people. So with the election, we're embarking upon a new age. But from an economic standpoint, I've been seeing this new economy come about. And within this new economy, we need to make changes. The way wealth was created in the past, or how we function as a community, all of that is changing. We now have social media. We now have heightened awareness. We now have conflicting views on different things. We need to be able to adapt to that change. So what that simply means is, and this conversation I've been having with my clients here as of recently, the seasons have changed. And that's okay. Because guess what? Seasons do change. This is fall. This is no longer spring or summer. So if you were harvesting, you harvest what's in season. In the summertime, you may pick strawberries. They're not available in the fall. In the fall, you pick apples. So when the fall comes around, you can't sit around throwing your hands in the air and saying, oh, this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life because no strawberries are available. No, you get your butt up and you go harvest and you go pick apples. You harvest what's in season. We have to change our mindset and start taking some of the emotion out of what we're experiencing here. So, regardless of who our president-elect is, we do have to realize this. Our president-elect, Mr. Trump, is a business owner. Now, whether you agree with his business practices or not is regardless, is a moot point. The fact of the matter is he's a business owner, which means more than likely he's going to drive policy to improve the lives and the economics of business owners. He spoke about reducing taxes for businesses as well as business owners. This may be an opportune time for you to start thinking about how you can benefit from those tax deductions. Is 2017 the year that you start that business and create some financial independence and some time freedom for you and your family? Is it that time? If he's going to reduce taxes, how's that going to affect companies? Publicly traded companies, privately traded companies. If they're paying less in taxes, that usually means that their stock price goes up. Their earnings may go up. Their bottom line may go up, which means they may pay more dividends to the investors. So are you invested and ready for this new economy? Are you taking advantage of your 401k? Are you investing? Regardless of who was elected this past election, it didn't change me putting money every month into my investment account. It may change and I may tweak some strategies, but it didn't change the activity. So let me leave you with this. Many of you know I have a tattoo on my arm, and I'll share with you what it is, and I think it's very pertinent to where we are right now. I have the serenity prayer, and it goes like, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Financially fit, God bless you. Let's make 2017 a great year.